Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hold Up, the show where we dive deep inside your childhood nightmares, pull the memories from your past out to see if they truly hold up. I'm holed up today with Andrew via the... Do we even have a sponsor on our satellite phone today?
Yeah, Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. That's right. It's sponsored by Blue Chew. That's a medication, isn't it?
It's for your dick that doesn't work.
No, we are not sponsored by Blue Chew, but we would like to be in the future. I was waiting for Kyle to make a joke, but he is not with us today. I think Are You Afraid of the Dark took it right out of him.
Yeah, he was too scared to watch what we put ourselves through here recently. So he's sitting this one out because he wet his pants too much, essentially, is what happens.
Are you telling me he was afraid of the dark?
You could say that.
The bedwetting would say it.
Yeah, exactly. So he just, to further prevent loin saturation, he just said, do it without me. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, here we are. And we had so much fun last week looking at Are You Afraid of the Dark that we decided to go on the other end of the childhood spectrum and do Goosebumps, which was well known for any child in the 90s. Books, TV shows, it was all over the place, wasn't it?
Yeah, everyone had these books. They were always at like the book fairs and other shit. You could buy it anywhere. The library, it was a popular children's book.
They were very easy to read. They were pretty much like your first book to read as a kid. I think this was the first book I finished on my own, and it happened to be the episode where we're covering today, The Night of the Living Dummy.
I didn't really read these books. I read one. I wouldn't say it missed me. I didn't have the fascination that some others did. I think I watched a number of the episodes. I just didn't read them. So
yeah, and when I was growing up, everyone was obsessed with them. Yeah. But it was because they were really scary reads for a kid. We were...
Yeah.
I think I was 5 or 6 when I started reading them. This will be a fun moment for my dad if he's listening, which usually he is.
What a dad.
Yeah, he's one of our biggest fans. I love it. So I'm just waiting for him to start donating money to the show. But he used to read the books to me at night, like when I was growing up. But I think I was like 6, probably. But the first one I think we read was the camp one, and I can't remember what that one was called, but about the kids that they go into camp and there's like a werewolf or something or a monster present. I can't remember the name of it.
Welcome to Camp Nightmare.
Yeah, Welcome to Camp Nightmare. That's it. My dad. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say the other one that was huge to me was Stay Out of the Basement.
Stay Out of the Basement. That was a good one. Yeah. Then there was the Cuckoo Clock one.
Yeah, the Mummy one.
Scarecrow Walks at Midnight was one that I also read.
Yeah.
And then the Haunted Mask was a huge one. I think the Haunted Mask and Night of the Living Dummy were the two that most kids read, and also were some of the first episodes in the TV show, which is what we're reviewing today, is the TV show.
Yeah.
But R.L. Stein wrote these books. If you missed the boat, you're too old for them or too young for them. What they essentially were it was horror for kids. They had fascinating covers. They had slime all over them. They were different. And they always had like these funky artwork. I mean, some of the book covers really still hold up today, like almost as like pieces of horror art. Like they would scare you more than the stories themselves.
Yeah, it was good cover art. Yeah. Neat little posters, neat little, memories to have. I wouldn't say they hold up to the extent of something that's going to scare the living what out of you, but like...
They're creepy.
They're creepy, and they have a place in time.
Because they're kind of faded in a way. It's almost like that they're... they don't pop out at you. It's almost like a creepy piece of art you would find in your grandmother's basement that you didn't like looking at.
They always had like neon colors too.
Yes,
they stood out.
Yeah, definitely 90s.
And I think the Goosebumps title, or it's the title, but the way that it's presented or written on the book in like the slime font, I think that's timeless too.
Yeah,
like you could see that from like a mile away, like faint and like somewhat blurry, and probably know that was the Goosebumps like logo title.
Yeah. So, how many of these books did you read growing up?
Not many. I probably read like two or three.
Okay. I
I
had
watched.
several of them.
I had a bunch, but like I don't know. Maybe I didn't care for the horror elements when I was
Yeah.
younger. It was too much for me.
They were,
Yeah.
like I said, they were very creepy. I remember my dad reading me the camp one that we were talking about, and it like really, like I was kind of scared while he was reading it.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I started reading them on my own, and then they were short lived. They weren't. They were more morality tales. I think the books were for kids, but like good folklore. I'd be curious to read one now and just to see what it's like as an adult,
Yeah.
much less like
I'd
we're
love
watching
to
a TV show.
I'd love to compare it to the TV show, just to
Yeah.
see, what we prefer.
Right. And R.L. Stein wrote a ton of these. And then I think he did the teen version, whatever it was. There was like a teen level he did, like where they were a little bit more graphic. But he made a living off these books. There was tons of them, tons of them.
It's a shame Kyle's not here, because do you know where R.L. Stein went to school?
Is it Northern Kentucky?
No, he went to The Ohio State University.
Oh, Lord. No,
He's a proud Buckeye.
Proud Buckeye. They're number one in the country right now, so I guess that's something to cheer for. Kyle loves football, as we all know.
Loves it. Yeah, and his prediction of Temple and Rutgers in the playoff championship, it's still alive.
I guess it is. I mean, he said Rutgers, Temple. Did he say Auburn too at one point, or he said that they got in a massive plane crash and they had
That's
to,
what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
Their offense is a massive plane crash right now.
And John Summerall doesn't want anything to do with them, and he said no when they offered. So
Yeah, is that
he
part of it
threw
too?
that out there. Oh yeah, he threw that out there.
That's what you're throwing out there. I know. There's a lot of like innuendos and stuff in that, but we'll move on. So the episode we chose to watch is Night of the Living Dummy because it is one of the more popular episodes.
Maybe the most iconic. Like
he's
Goosebumps title.
Slappy is the iconic character. He's almost the mascot of Goosebumps. And I know there's some '90s kids out there who go, "What about the haunted mask one?" It's like, no. Slappy has stood up to the test of time because they did 3 or 4 episodes of Night of the Living Dummy, and there's like Bride of the Living Dummy, and then R.L. Stein had tons of books with Slappy in it. And then they did the Goosebumps movie. What was it, like in 2014, 2015? Do you remember that?
Yep.
Pretty solid watch. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I went in blind, and like I was like, oh, I'll watch this. I'll probably turn it off 30 minutes in, and I actually enjoyed it with Jack Black. Slappy.
I was gonna say, is that the Jack Black one?
Yeah, it's good. It is actually good.
Okay.
Fun family film, but it's very entertaining, and Slappy is the main antagonist there. So we thought we'd go back in time and do it. What's crazy is when we started watching this, I was looking up Night of the Living Dummy, and I couldn't even find it. Like I was searching all over, and then I realized it's Night of the Living Dummy 2 in the TV show, which is strange.
Yep.
Because
it is strange.
Because they didn't actually adapt the book version into an episode. They went straight to their own version of the same thing, if that makes sense. It threw me off a lot.
I don't. What is the difference? Because like if you go online and type in Night of the Living Dummy, you'll see the 2 separate titles. Like I see Night of the Living Dummy, and then I see Night of the Living Dummy 2. And Night of the Living Dummy 3. I mean, were there just 3 sequences to it? So were they all separate stories or what?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and read Night of the Living Dummy, the book. The TV show starts off with Night of the Living Dummy 2, and I think it's just different characters, but kind of a similar story, if I'm not mistaken. But I'd have to go back, and I don't know why they did that.
Maybe if R.L. Stein's listening to this esteemed podcast, he can chime in and give us an answer.
Is he still alive? That's
he's 82.
Living strong. Is he still writing? I think he's probably still popping those books out. He's like the Stephen King of the kids' world.
I mean, they're similar ages, so yeah, it tracks. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Maybe living in the Caribbean.
He's out there somewhere rooting for his Buckeyes. We'll say that.
Good for him.
Good for him. Well, you ready to get started, Andrew? You ready to dive into this?
Yeah, we should get through this.
Okay. And just like the Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes, we have to start with the intro, which is pretty iconic. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. Keep going.
It's just, it's the intro is.
I kind of got nostalgic with it. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed listening to that song, and
It was a little nostalgic. I
it's not
hated
as creepy as the "Are You Afraid of the Dark" intro. So if we're going, if we're like, if we're pitting a battle, which I think we should, right? This should be a battle. "Are You Afraid of the Dark" versus Goosebumps.
This is Goosebumps. Yeah.
One check for "Are You Afraid of the Dark" for the intro, because that intro was creepier. Both theme songs were, I thought, pretty good still, because what happens here, Andrew, in the Goosebumps intro, it's like it's a guy with like a briefcase, and he's like a hooded, almost like a hooded figure, but he's got a hat and like a trench coat.
But it's like daytime. It's not dark. They should have put it in like a night setting. But there's the G that floats over the screen.
Yeah, he lets the briefcase down and all the papers fly out. So I'm assuming that's the pages of the book coming after you. Yeah, and it turns a dog's eye green.
Yeah, those are awful special effects.
Oh, it did not hold up at all. The lady's face turns menacing in the billboard, and then it just ends up on the front steps of someone's stoop, and then all of a sudden it says, "Reader beware, you're in for a scare," which was pretty iconic too.
Yeah, very, very cute.
Yeah.
Very, very, very cute slogan there.
So this episode, that's the intro. "Are You Afraid of the Dark" stomps it, in my opinion. But we get to the opening scene, which is this weird family.
Just some like middle class '90s family. You could paint them. You know exactly what they look like.
You know, exact upper middle class. Where do you think they live?
It's literally like Springfield, Ohio.
Okay, so this family's from Springfield, Ohio. Dad looked like
no. Well, Dayton's almost Springfield, so let's just say Dayton.
I would say Springfield because it looked like that they weren't as.
No.
Okay,
Dayton.
all right, they're Dayton.
It is Dayton, okay?
And their dad looks like he sells real estate, or he's like an insurance adjuster, and the mom is like is on the PTO. It's that kind of family, and they're doing like this weird talent show, I guess, in front of their living room.
They're having some sort of talent presentation. I wouldn't even call it a show, and so. It's a presentation.
Right. And it's like I don't even know how to describe it. I guess our main protagonist and her sister and her brother, and they're just kind of bullying her. But I guess everybody in the family has their own talent, and they're just displaying it on this weird Friday night. But so the older sister is like an artist, and the little brother was like a videographer, editor, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Pervert.
Little bitch.
Definitely a pervert for sure, because he's like taking video of his whole family and just editing it together without their permission, and that's what he shows the family. But they're all mean to the middle child here, middle child syndrome, and she's a ventriloquist, or she's practicing ventriloquist, and she has this little doll. That's kind of, how would you describe this doll?
Derpy, ratty, untamed.
It looks like a 90s kid if it was shrunk down into a doll form, and then the dummy's head falls off mid-performance.
And she's like, "Oh, darn it, I thought you were going to get me a new one, Dad."
Right. And the dad's like, "Well, who says I didn't get you one?" And look behind the couch, and then she pulls out this ancient 1940s World War II carrying case that she somehow missed behind the couch the entire time. And what does she open it up and find, Andrew?
A dummy.
That's right. That's
Slappy.
Right. That's right.
Is his name Slappy?
Yeah, because she sees it on top of the case, and it's a brand new doll, or at least an old doll, because the dad's like, "Well, I saw him in a secondhand store, and I thought it'd be perfect for my little girl." So he gets her a new doll, and she's like messing around with the doll, and she pulls like a little card out of his I guess, what was it, his shirt pocket? She pulled that out of
his breast pocket,
and it's basically the Necronomicon. It's like a phrase from the Necronomicon. So she starts reading those words out loud, and what does that do, Andrew?
It gives him life. He becomes a living dummy.
Yeah. Oh, and also, did you catch this when the son was showing his edited version? I know I'm going back a little bit. Did you notice it was a remixed version of the Goosebumps theme? Did you catch that?
I did not. No, that's detail that I don't feel like I really cared to capture in that moment.
I don't know why I caught it. Usually, like I'm like zoned out in these things, but I was like listening, and it was just you would hear the thing in it, and you would be like, "What is that? The Goosebumps theme?" They couldn't even come. They couldn't even pay for another theme song. So what happens next?
I just watched this, but I'm already drawing a blank. Fuck, I don't remember what is next.
So
I literally don't.
Basically, she starts practicing with the dummy, and there's one point where we see that something is not right because the sister comes down the hall, starts yelling at her, saying, "Hey, get out of my room! You messed with this and that and the other." And she's like, "I wasn't in your room," and she's practicing.
Wait, wasn't okay? Didn't they go to bed that night, and like it's kind of implied that the dummy's walking around, and it goes into the sister's room and like defiles her painting of the house or something that she created.
This was before that, but it was like a minor instance. But yes, no, exactly the same thing. They're like hinting because the dummy's eyes move when no one sees it, and you're like, "Uh-oh, the dummy's alive."
Oh, it's alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the first instance that they have is the sister's practicing while the other sister's chastising her about being in her room, and Slappy starts like talking on his own because you can hear the voice change. Yeah, like he has a really nasally kind of annoying,
like,
I guess,
cartoon carnival voice.
Yeah, like Coney Island Carnival from the 40s voice. And he like, so he starts talking on his own, and she's starting to realize something's up. And then that gets to your point where the sister wakes up the next day and she's like pissed off, and she's like, "Why'd you go in my room and ruin my art? You were always jealous." And she's like, "I didn't do it." And they're like, "We're gonna have a talk about this." And they go in the room, and it's the sister's art has stick figures painted on it. It's like the most like
in red,
right? Like nothing malicious or anything at all. It's like actually very underwhelming because I thought it was just gonna be Slappy like painting a portal to hell.
It should have gone all out, but they pansied. They
right.
pansied out.
So Eli Roth, if you're listening, make the remake. I will donate money. After that point, around the house, some weird stuff starts happening, right?
Yeah.
What else do you remember? Because I remember the painting. I remember that they did another talent show that their dad was playing the guitar at.
And then she got up. Again, talent presentation. This isn't a show. They're not worthy of showmanship. She gets up and does her ventriloquist routine with Slappy, and he just starts like insulting everyone, talking about how the dad is like a cat with like something stuck in its throat, and something about how the mom's like fat.
Yeah. He basically called her a bag of flour, I think.
Yes, the parents were just all taken aback. Like, "Oh, well, how could you say that? Hey, what's gotten into you?
That's not nice.
Oh, hey, stop it!" And she's like clearly like talking, like, "Hey, it's not me." Then it goes right back to the voice.
I want to ask you a question too. We are 90s kids. If you called your mother fat, what would your dad do?
Oh God, he would have gotten up like aggressive and like when my dad would get pissed, he was terrifying. So
yeah, my dad would have beat my ass from one end of the house to the other. Like there would be no survival. And I'm not saying that my dad was like an abusive dad. I'm not.
Same.
Yeah, none of that in my household. But if I crossed that line, I was sure to get an ass whooping that I would never come back from.
My parents would have like tag teamed on that shit.
Yeah. There's just some things you don't do.
My dad would have taken the wooden spoon to my bare ass.
Oh.
And then my mom would have put soap in my mouth.
Would you gotten the fly swatter? Was that a thing? Was that a Kentucky thing, or is that just backwoods Alabama?
I got a wooden spoon.
Ooh, that is old school though. The wooden spoon. That's.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like,
that shit would leave a welt, man.
yeah. But anyway, I feel like this is a segue to
That's
child abuse like hotline.
long story short, their dad is a little cuck and not man enough to stand up to his own children when they insult his wife.
Right.
So,
So
yeah,
it gets aggressive, and she now knows it's Slappy. Doesn't Slappy introduce himself to her or like talk to her or whatever?
I don't, probably in the bedroom or something. Yeah.
See, now this is where I'm drawing a blank on the episode because it flashes by so fast.
I mean, we can go to the next incident. She has a friend over with her younger sister. She has a friend over. Friend has the younger sister with her, and she pulls out Slappy and shows it to him, to the younger sister specifically, and then like Slappy reaches out and like grabs her finger and like won't let go.
Yeah.
And the older sister, I think it's Mandy or something, she's like, what are you doing? Let go. Stop it. And she's like, it's not me. It's not me. It's Slappy. And the mom walks in, and Slappy kind of like gasps and like lets go and goes lifeless again. And the sister is like, that was so rude. I never want to see you again. And she like walks out. And the mom was like, what are you doing? What's going on? And she says again, it's Slappy. And they're like, okay, this is gone too far. Do we need to get you to see a doctor? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, kid?
Yeah.
I don't remember what the next incident was, but maybe I think she woke up and realized that Slappy wasn't in her room, and she walked down the stairs, and he's picked up a guitar in the living
Oh,
room, the dad's
yes, yes,
guitar,
yes. And
and
which
he's about to hit him.
with
The parents who were sleeping on the couch.
with this like I mean that wouldn't have really, I mean it would have hurt, but I don't think it would have done anything outside of that. So I was like, go ahead and let him hit your dad so your dad wakes
Yeah,
up and sees that
and
you're right and it was the doll the
exactly.
whole time, and then something could be done. But no, she tackles the dummy and breaks the guitar. So the dad wakes up with her on the floor and the broken guitar, and he cucks out again because he's like, "Why would you do that?" He seems like he's scared of his own children.
I
Um,
mean, it doesn't seem like he has good control over his own house
yes,
personally.
yes,
So
absolutely. So this is kind of where we get the crescendo of the episode. So the guitar is broken, she's grounded, and they're like trying to figure out what to do with her. And I think like Slappy starts like kind of walking around at night, right? Like, or
yeah, he'd already been doing that, but this time he's getting more and more adventurous.
yes, I think at one point he confronts her. Like they finally kind of meet up with him being sentient, and she's like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "You read the words. You made this happen." And
You're
so
my slave. He literally says like, "You're my slave now,"
yes,
which is
yes,
that's kind of dark for
for a
a
children's show,
children's
yeah.
show.
And I don't know if
Yeah.
that happened in the book. Like I'm curious to see what happened in the book. Now I'm not gonna go read it, not after this episode. But
You sure?
and
She throws the dummy in the storm drain. Don't
yes,
forget that. She's
yes,
like she's like coming back from school or something, and she's like, "Screw it, I'm gonna throw you in the storm drain." And like Slappy screams as she discards him into the depths of the sewer system or whatever.
yeah,
And she's leaving the bus stop. And she says hi to her friend. Her friend has nothing to do with her. And then she decides to throw Slappy down the storm drain, drown him in the sewer system, and be done with him.
yeah. As
And
we
then she
all
gets back to the house, and she's talking to the sister. She's like, "I can't believe you broke Dad's guitar. What got into you?" And she was like, "If I told you, you wouldn't believe me, and so it doesn't matter." And I don't remember what was said, but just kind of implied that, all right, whatever you say. And then it shows the older sister like using a mop to like wipe up muddy footprints. That is implied that it's the brothers, but it's really Slappy because he's somehow gotten out of the sewer and made his way back to the home.
in a place he's unfamiliar with. So I don't know if he takes directions really well, but maybe he's like a dog.
I don't know. He's a fucking wooden human dummy piece of
Sentient.
shit.
Yeah, piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So yeah, that's what happens, and that's when she has like interaction with him. He confronts her, and I think that's when the sister walks in on their confrontation in her bedroom and sees that he's alive and talking, and it's like, holy shit, she wasn't lying, she's telling the truth. And then they start running throughout the house, and you know, whatever, he's sitting on the fan talking down to them.
Yeah.
He's hiding in one of the pantries, you know.
He's telling them that you read the code, all this other stuff. He's kind of reminding them that. And then he tries to, he kills them, right? He tries to kill them.
Yes.
But who saves the day?
Isn't it the brother?
They think it's the brother. So they think the brother tackles Slappy and hits his head against the fireplace, and Slappy's head explodes because he's porcelain, and this green mist.
Not wooden.
Yeah, this green mist comes out of his head. So it implies the I guess the demon or whatever he is left his body. So now he's no longer alive or living. And the parents come in. They're like, "What's going on here?" And they're like, "The brother saved us or whatever." And he's like, "No, it wasn't. I just got here." And then they turn around, and it's her original dummy. What was his name? Ted or whatever?
Wasn't it Kevin?
Jimmy or something like that. Some basic Ohioan white guy name.
Sure.
And now he's sentient somehow, which I don't get. So
I guess the you know.
I guess the spell works for every dummy in the tri-state area. Like, is you know, like, how many ventriloquist dummies came to life that night when she read that?
I don't know. It seems what you call it, it's a demon or whatever, was passed from Slappy to Derek, whatever the hell.
Shout out to Derek Evans, everybody.
Yeah, inspiration.
Lord help. But like, no, and he's kind of stupid. Like, he talks like a redneck. So like,
well, I said he was derpy, so you know, I think that holds true.
And that's where the episode ends. Is now he got rid of one dummy to have another.
Yeah, I will say, I think that Night of the Living Dummy 3 was actually a little bit better than Night of the Living Dummy 2.
Yeah, you watched that.
Yeah, I did watch that. It wasn't necessarily agreed upon, but I watched Night of the Living Dummy 3 because it was on Netflix, and I thought that was what we were supposed to watch. But I think I like that one better than this one.
I got a surprise for you. I also watched another Goosebumps episode, just like, because you gave me inspiration with Are You Afraid of the Dark? I was like, I'm wondering if it's all the same or if we're looking at different things. So I watched The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight.
Oh, yeah?
As my second episode. It was fine. I don't know. I guess it's time to get into it. Like, what'd you think of this episode now as an adult? And especially like now comparing it to Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I mean, I didn't think it was very good.
I didn't think it was that bad either. Like, it was kind of...
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was corny, and it was bad acting and bad writing and, you know, other things. But, like, I've seen worse.
Right, and it's kids, so there's a level to that. Like, but it was way better to watch than Are You Afraid of the Dark, though. Are You Afraid of the Dark was complete ass.
By a good margin. It was...
It's a landslide victory for Goosebumps in that category.
Good step up.
And I would even say that with the second episode I watched. I mean, I kind of enjoy a little bit of it. It's funny because they're only 20 minutes long, but they grow stale so quickly. But yeah, you're right. The acting's not great. I mean, it is kids acting. It's really bad in this one. And the production quality, you can tell, it's not a lot. It's a little step up from Are You Afraid of the Dark, that Canadian money that they have over there. But overall... I don't know. I don't think kids would resonate with that today.
You don't think so?
I don't know. We talked about it with Are You Afraid of the Dark? We said it doesn't hold up because we don't think it would even scare kids now, right? Like, it is definitely a product.
I don't think that one would have been. The two Goosebumps episodes, well, technically 3, because Dummy 3 was 2 parts.
Four if you want to throw the other Scarecrow Walks at Midnight in there, the 4 that was
sure. I didn't watch that one, though, so I can't throw that in my pot. But the 3 that I watched were, you know, if I was 7 years old, maybe 8, yeah, it might be a little creepy.
Yeah.
Talking about some dummy that says you're its slave. And there was a moment in Dummy 3 where they walked into the room and this thing was just like sitting there staring at him like upright. And it was
Yeah.
kind of creepy. It was kind of creepy.
Yeah, there were some creepy shots in here, and I do agree. I guess I would agree that if I don't think an 8 or 9-year-old probably, if you set them down now and watched it, but I think you could get a 6 or 7-year-old with this.
Yeah, I think younger the better in terms of the scare factor.
Right. It may give them some nightmares. I mean, these episodes gave us nightmares when we were kids. Like the Haunted Mask episodes scared me when I was a child.
Probably why I didn't really read them is because I was just scared of them in general. So,
yeah, and now looking back at it, you're like, oh, it's really silly. But at the same time, I'm gonna say it holds up. I really am. Didn't think I would say that last week when we watched Are You Afraid of the Dark, but that's where I'm gonna go with it. What do you think?
I don't think it holds up. No,
you don't think so?
I'm not gonna go that far. It wasn't anything where I was like intrigued, and I didn't. After it was done, I wasn't like, yeah, that was worth the watch. I did not feel that way.
My thing on where I say it holds up is I'm looking at it at a lens of like, if I had a child and that child was 6 years old, I think he could watch it, or she, and get the same kind of visceral reaction I did as a kid. And I think that's where I'm saying it holds up. As an adult, it does not hold up at all. You may go watch them tonight, and it could be like a nostalgia factor for you. You're going to watch 1 or 2 episodes, at most 2 episodes, and that'll be your fill forever, and you won't return to it. So, no, it doesn't hold up to me as an adult. But in context to like passing it down to a child and being gateway horror, I think, yeah, it does.
I get what you're saying, but that hasn't, in our entire podcast spectrum of episodes, I've stayed pretty true to my ranking system.
Yeah.
I've looked through the eyes of an adult for all of them, and that's how I've done my ranking, and I'm not going to feel like I can't bend that thought for this one. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Does it hold up for me? No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
would it be good for a child? Yes, but so would have maybe been Ernest Scared Stupid, or I don't know, another.
I would rather watch,
movie.
But there's another thing that I'm keying off on this too. This is a TV show. This isn't like a full hour-and-a-half movie. So like a 20-minute episode is going to fare better in my rankings than a hour and a half. That's because like then you're getting too long, and
you are right. If this was an hour and a half, I'd probably feel even stronger.
If this was 40 minutes, I would be throwing up. If I had to watch 40 minutes of this, I would be sick to my stomach. I think the 20 minutes was just at the right pace, and then that's where it made me think of it as a kid. But I agree with you. It does not hold up as an adult. There's no reason to go back and watch this.
No.
But if you have a child out there and you want them to experience something from your past, it holds up in a way that you can pass this along. Yeah. But any final thoughts on Goosebumps?
I want to actually watch something scary now. I want to actually feel something in this spooky season. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I always got your recommendations, but I know one that we have to watch now.
Halloween 3.
That's right. Next week, we are hitting Halloween 3. Kyle will be back, I promise, for those who missed him. And those who didn't, well, next week's not going to be your episode. Kyle will be back. We'll be hitting Halloween 3, which is an Andrew recommendation this year. We got to make sure we get some love to Andrew. He's been a great commodity to this show. I think commodity is a good word for you.
Sure. If
comrade.
If that's what you think. I am communist.
So in the meantime, you can go to our Instagram. You can follow us on TikTok. Follow us on all social media. Let us know in comments, emails, text messages, carrier pigeon. Throw them out there so you can let us know what episodes you'd like to see in the future. In the meantime, you know what we do here. We reach into your childhood nostalgia. We pull the nightmares from your past out. Today we pulled out Goosebumps. I think collectively we're saying it doesn't hold up, but there is a caveat. If you have a small child, let them watch it, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? And we'll see you all next week for Halloween 3.